Good morning, long days and pleasant nights. Welcome back to Kevin Toll Reads. This is take 11 of this video. Doing these videos early in the morning, and I don't know if it's in the cards for me. It takes a while for the mind to get going. So, and I'm already digressed. I'm 20 seconds in the video, I'm already digressing. Hell with it, we're going. So, today's video is an update on my 2024 goals and some additional stuff that I'm throwing into the madness because I'm getting close on some of these goals. So here's an update. My first goal was to finish the Lucas Davenport series. I have 3 books left. One of those books I'm reading this week, which is one of the 2 Letty Davenport books that are out before I jump to Toxic Prey, which is the last Lucas Davenport book. So I'm really close on that goal. Next goal was to read the last 2 Stephen King books. I knocked those out. I've read everything that Stephen King has wrote now. Third goal was to finish the Matthew Scudder series by Lawrence Block. I did that last week. It feels good. I'm glad it's done. And then my fourth goal was to finish the reread of the John Keller series by Lawrence Block, the Hitman series. I did that. Fifth goal was to start the Dandelion Dynasty series, which by Ken Liu, it's those books right there. And I haven't started that, but I'm probably going to start that next month. Those are big books. I'm going to have to probably take my time and do 1 book a month type thing. So we'll probably see me start that next month in August. Sixth goal was to try out Brandon Sanderson. I read Elantris. I really enjoyed it, so I'm definitely going to continue reading Brandon Sanderson. Seventh goal was to try out the William Warwick Detective series by Jeffrey Archer. I read the first book. I definitely want to see where it goes and read book 2. So I feel like that's accomplished. And then lastly, my 8th goal was to finish the Harry Potter series. I am actually halfway through book 5 and really enjoying it. And so I have 2.5 books left, so to speak. And so I'm well on my way to finishing that goal as well. So with that being said, I've knocked out 5 of the 8 goals. I have 2 of them that are close and 1 that I need to start with the Ken Liu Dandelion Dynasty series, or books, 4 books. So I feel pretty good. So I'm going to add some additional stuff. Obviously, there's a lot of books that we all want to read. That's the common cliche among booktube people or book lovers. And so I have quite a few standalones, and I have some series that I wanted to get to as well. And so I've either started or want to start. And so I have broken these up into kind of 2 chunks. And so for the remainder of the year, kind of just, I don't call it stretch goals, but there's a bunch of standalones I want to read. Some of these are recommendations from you all. I keep a running list when people send me comments on different videos. Hey, you should try out this and this. And so I try to always take a screenshot and add it to my ever-ending list of books that I want to get to. And so here's some standalones. I want to read The Spear Cuts Through Water. It's kind of an interesting fantasy. I bought a new copy of that a while back, and so I want to get to that. I want to read My Sister's Grave by Robert Dugoni. That was a book that I got from Molly, aka Meredith. I want to read Bad Monkey by Carl Hyacine. That was a book that I saw on Ricky's Rockin' Reviews, and I picked up a copy of that. I want to continue to read some Louis L'Amour. Kind of miss Louis right now. I read 3 books by him. I've enjoyed them, so I want to definitely get back to that. I want to read Maximum Bob. It was a paperback I picked up on the cheap, I think, and I want to try Elmore Leonard out as an author, so I want to try that out. I want to read The Silver Blood Promise by James Logan. That was a recommendation from Nerdishly Active, one of my OG subscribers on the channel and my original one. So I definitely want to try that out. It's the first book in what appears to be kind of a fantasy series, so definitely want to try that out. I picked up some other books. I want to read The Ruins by Scott Smith. I think that was one of the ones I picked up at the library here locally. I want to read The Teton Bunch. That was a book that was reviewed recently by Faceless on Faceless Book Reviews. It seemed like it was something in I'd be up my alley. I actually looked for the book this morning on Thrift Books, and they didn't have a copy. And then Professor X was mentioning Robert Krass and the book Hostage. And so I'm going to check that out and see if I can find a used copy of that and read it. So those are kind of the standalones. And then in terms of series, I want to continue with, obviously, with the Quarry series. I read that recently in the book 1 with Hayden Reed. I really enjoyed it. As I mentioned, I want to continue on with the William Warwick Detective series. I want to read the next book. I need to read book 2 in the Cork O'Connor series. I have that up there on the shelf. I want to reread book number 21 in the Agent Pendergast series, which is The Cabinet of Dr. Lang. And then I want to read book 22, which is Angel of Vengeance. And that book comes out in the middle of August, so it's coming around the corner. So probably going to be reading that really soon, book 21, and then rolling into book 22. Well, book 21 I read a while back. It ends on a cliffhanger, so I need to reread it and then roll into book 22. I want to continue on with the Evan Tanner series. That's by Lawrence Block. I read book 1. Interesting series. You know, a guy has a war injury. He can't sleep, so he spends his time moonlighting, doing jobs, and he's a member of all these different groups and speaks multiple languages. And it was started in, I think, the 60s. He started writing it. I want to reread the Shattered Sea trilogy by Joe Abercrombie. It's his YA fantasy trilogy. I really enjoyed it the last time I read it, so I want to reread it. I want to reread the Wayward Pines trilogy by Blake Crouch. I enjoyed that. I read it several years ago. I need to finish the last 3 books of the Jack Reacher series, which are the 3 books that he started co-writing with Andrew Child, his brother. I tried to read the first one, didn't really get into it. I need to just suck it up and get through those because that's definitely a series that's near and dear to my heart. I like Jack Reacher. I need to overlook the fact that the author is not as polished as Lee Child is, so I want to read those. And then I need to start the Bernie Rodenbar Burglar series by Lawrence Block. I think I have the first 9 or 10 books in that series. I think it's like a 12 or 13 book series. And so it's one of Lawrence Block's well-known series, along with the Scudder series and some other ones. So those are my goals for the rest of the year. Obviously, the series stuff, I want to start some of these things or continue on with some of these series, which isn't a huge commitment. You know, maybe a book, maybe a couple books. And then obviously I've got some trilogy I want to get to. And then I've got a lot of standalones I want to get to. I don't, as I'm continuing reading through these long series, I feel like the standalone stuff that has started to pile up, that you will kind of see in when I do my bookshelf tour again. It's kind of piling up, and it's definitely those books catch my attention, and I want to get to some standalone stuff. It's a nice break when you're reading very long series after series after series after series. So anyways, that's kind of an update on my goals. Obviously, I'm throwing a lot in the back half of the year because I'm coming up on closing out a majority of my goals for this year. So I want to continue to push forward. And I've already started a laundry list of 2025 goals. And I kind of polished it a little bit yesterday as I was finalizing this list. And so I want them both kind of work together. So yeah, that's my goals. I'm going to stop talking because I'm sure this isn't the most entertaining video, but I wanted to give you guys an update, definitely talk through this and give you guys a preview of what the next, few months are going to look like in terms of reading. So hope you're having a great Tuesday, and I will talk to you later. Thanks.